Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have David. David is from Sicily in Italy. So let's see what David has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello. How are you, Dave?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. How's your day been so far?
Well, it's Saturday, so home chores, always. Well, I've been a little bit lazy until late morning, so and then I had to rush a little bit and say, oh, I've got something to do today apart from that.
Yeah. Okay, Dave. So just before we start the game, just tell me where you're from.
I'm Italian, from Sicily, Catania.
Okay.
Which is the east side, yeah.
And do you live in London right now, I believe?
Yeah, right. Today, actually, I realized this morning when I saw the date. Today is officially 14th anniversary. So, yeah.
And actually, I can share something with you as well. Do you know, today I'm celebrating as well. Do you know what? I'm celebrating today. A year ago, 1 year that I started shooting for the William.
Yeah.
Box, 19.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
double
you
anniversary.
Yes,
nice,
I remember.
Nice.
My God, I remember the day. I was so nervous. I didn't know how things would go. The idea was starting. Everything was getting together. Here I am. After 1 year.
That's nice. I follow your story and a few interviews I listened to. And yeah, it was a nice, actually, it's a nice social, how would you define it? Social experiment?
Very good. I think I would define as a social interaction, as a social, you know what I mean, project. It's a way of people sharing their stories, their lives, their point of views, and people connecting. The main of the things is people connect with each other. It's a whole main of the game, the show.
Today, social is so much used, but there's a little of social in all of that, through a screen. But this is nice, actually.
Thank you very much. Right, so tell me, what do you like the most about living in London?
Diversity and freedom of expression and professional. So, you can definitely speak up your mind in a right way, of course. Sometimes not the Italian way, but definitely, yeah, it's the opportunity you have to express yourself, even professionally or a normal life.
As you are celebrating today 14 years in London, tell me about the day when you arrived. Tell me a little bit about your feelings or emotions. Tell me a little bit what happened, something funny happened the day, or something that you're not expecting, or something that when you think about it, it comes to your mind straight away, a memory.
I spent about, I think it was the first year, I was still not believing it. I was still like, is it real? Especially when you pass through, the major landmarks, say St. Paul, Piccadilly Circus. Am I really here? It wasn't my first choice, to be honest, but my first choice was New York. But then I realized this all the smoke, that we've been taught since forever. And anyway, when I came to London, it was 2005 for just a visit, and then in 2007 I had the opportunity. I had 3 job interviews, and I came a week before, so about this day, and I was trying to a little bit to adapt to the climate first of all, because I left 40 degrees and to come here, so was that? But yeah, I had a very close friend of mine who kind of guided me. And at the beginning, it was weird. London 14 years ago is not London today. It was a little bit more, you couldn't find lots of things, at least for an Italian, not just about food. And I tried to adapt it, first of all, with the language. I had a kind of American-ish accent. And all the words I learned from school, they were completely different. So I had to reset my mind and I took about 6 months to adapt to all of this.
I see.
Yeah, so in terms of life, it was slowly try to adapt myself. I didn't come, I was very young. I wasn't very young. So when you are over 30 and you find out to, you know, kind of de-root yourself into another world completely different, it wasn't easy. That wasn't easy.
I see. And what do you do for a living, Dave?
So I'm an architect. I worked in, I studied and worked in Italy, so, but it's the equivalent I found out here. So for the UK, I'm an architect and structural engineer. But I work now more than 10 years into the construction management. So I do design management. Yeah.
Very good. Right, David. So welcome to William and the Magic Box. Full of random questions, okay? I'm so glad we are doing this interview today because we are celebrating 14 years and I'm celebrating 1 year that I started shooting for William the Magic Box. It's amazing.
We didn't even know.
I know, yes. It's funny because, right, so I'm just going to play a song now just for us to get a bit in the mood before the first question. Let's do it. Okay, David, ready for the first question? Let's do it. And by the way, just to let you know, if there is any question, don't have an answer for, don't want to answer, always can change another one, okay? It's very chilled and relaxed, so no pressure, okay? Right, so the first question is, what's the best gift have you ever received and from whom?
Oh, I've received so many gifts in my life, but the best, I remember my first computer from my father. Yeah, it was back in the 80s. Okay. Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if you all remember Commodore 64. But
wow.
Yeah, I'm a bit old. But yeah, it was so exciting for me. Of course, it wasn't for working or studying. It was mostly for playing. But yeah, from that actually it grew in me a little bit of a gig, so that made me a job actually, more than one.
Wow.
So yeah,
very good. And you have siblings as well?
Yes, I've got a brother 2 years older.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in my hometown.
Yeah.
So I'm the one who departed.
the adventurous one, let's say.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, let's go for the second question. Let's do it. Okay, Dave, just before the next question, tell me, besides the weather and your family, what do you miss the most of Sicily?
Some traditional food and the sea, definitely, the sea. I wrote a post a few days ago on social media about that. I miss the sea. Yeah. It's something that if you don't live on a coastal city, you don't understand it. So it's a kind of weird link you have with that part of nature which haunted you all life. Yeah. So yeah, I miss it.
Hey, next question for you is, what do you like the most in your best friends?
Sincerity and being straightforward and reliability.
And your best friends, they are all in London or they are back in Sicily?
No, they are, let's say, around the world, but mostly in Sicily and some of them in London.
Ooh. Another question. Let's do it. Next question for you is...
This is a Brazilian version.
It's a Brazilian music, yeah.
Okay. At the beginning, I thought this was Can't Touch This.
Next question is, what would your ideal day look like?
Oh, ideal day is waking up early and going out, enjoying the sun. There's the sun. and bring it. It's like a picnic, actually. It's more similar to a picnic. At least I'm trying to imagine in London, and then enjoy until sunset, get a little bit wasted, and then going to somebody's house and having some good food and fun. Yeah.
Good, very good. Totally agree. I think the simplicity of meeting friends and just going around the
I
city.
love simplicity. Yeah.
That's good. And which part of London do you live, by the way?
I'm in Greenwich. I moved in Greenwich to Greenwich recently. I was before in Oval.
Okay.
Yeah, but I bought here in Greenwich. So, and I love it because it's very close to the river.
Yeah, it's good.
It's amazing.
I like it. I like Greenwich. Greenwich Park is the best. I love it. Next question for you, David. Let's do it. Next question for you is, if you won the lottery, what would be your first big splurge?
I would buy a nice house. Actually, not one, more than one. So one would be like a nice rustic to redesign, of course. And one is for investment here in London, at least say two. And then I will give some good, nice surprises to the people I love.
Oh,
yeah.
I hope I have a space for me as well for some little gift.
Of course. if you will be my friend, of course, I think you will. There's always something for someone.
Let's work on it, okay?
Yes.
Next question. Let's do it. Right, before the next one, in your opinion, what's the most challenging parts of living in London?
Oh, relationships. We all tend, it doesn't matter where we're from, we all tend to conform to a sort of a glacial behavior. Sometimes we want to plan everything. I wasn't a planner before, but I turned into a planner because everybody plans. So, and it's the same thing when you want to go out for, I don't know, restaurant or concert. If you don't plan, you don't get anything. So inevitably, the most difficult thing is to be spontaneous. Spontaneity is just not part of this, at least in London.
I see. Good answer. I like that. Next question is, what does love mean to you?
Love is giving yourself without thinking too much, completely irrational. It's just stuff for me. I'm quite a rational person. Yeah, that's love. It's like giving yourself without thinking of consequences sometimes.
And do you believe there are different kinds of love?
But definitely, yeah. Every person, I made the mistake. I think lots of us will do this type of mistake. We think love is always like one recipe. It's always the same. It's to show the same. We try to compare love with the previous love we had, and that is where we fail. Because love changes us in every step. Let's say every partner, and every partner loves you or you love them in a different way. So yeah, it's ever changing.
It's a learning as well. It's a learning process. I think love, it can be painful, but it's worth it to take it.
It must be painful.
Yes.
If it's not painful, it's not worth it.
That's true. Next question. Next question is, who is your biggest hero?
My biggest?
Hero.
Hero. Oh. My mom.
Beautiful. Tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, she's tough, but inside she's soft. Because she had to deal with a very difficult person, which is my father.
Oh.
And play for all their life. But yeah, she's a hero because she. Okay, my father's always been a very spoiled guy, let's say. So he wanted everything, and he spent so much money. But my mom always was like the typical, try to save, try to keep the family afloat, let's say. So she was the one that was thinking about me and my brother and trying to give us the best future.
She was in charge. The mom, they are always in charge.
Most of women, yes, are.
Next question for you, Dave. Next question for you is, what is something you always want to do, but you are scared of?
Flying. Like, fly, not with an airplane. Literally flying, like with a Delta plane or something. Or jumping with a parachute. Ever since I was like 15, I want to do that, but it didn't happen. But sometimes it's like I think it didn't happen because I'm scared.
Do you think one day you will do it?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe with the right people. If I meet the right people, I'm up to wherever. Honestly.
I see. Cool. Next question. Let's do it.
Before good dancer.
You too, I can see. Right, before the next question, tell me something that, what do you think that, what's the biggest impression that people has from Italian people, and what's the most misconception, if you know what I mean? That they think. Misconception. Yeah, what's the misconception that people have for Italian people? Let's say in London or around the world.
Of course, living here, I have a different vision of what is the typical Italian. I don't want to say the average Italian because like every average person in every nation is hideous, but the typical. Your first question was the best.
No. What's what's the biggest impression that people has like about Italian people?
Oh, the biggest impression is the fact that we are very social and straightforward. Sometimes this being very social and straightforward, it depends where you're from, it depends on your education. It might be a bit intrusive. Sometimes it might be like rude. But in general is because we are like this, we're very, very social, and we speak up our mind, and this with the British way is a little bit too much. Yeah. And the misconcept, a lot of times they think Italians, they are not very keen on working, which is actually the opposite.
Yes.
We work much more hours, paid much less. And when I see here people sitting on their chair for 8 hours and for something I've done in 20 minutes, I get really crazy because of that people that said, oh, you're telling me you're lazy. Really? When time, it doesn't say, it's like quality or quantity.
Good one. Next question for you is, what is your favorite TV show?
I don't watch a lot of TV, but sometimes I still like Graham Norton show or Gogglebox. This type of entertaining show. I'm not talking about pay TV or Netflix and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
cool. Next question for you. Let's do it. Again?
Is it you singing?
I wish. I wish. Okay, next question for you is, what would your ideal life look like?
My ideal life? I would like to travel more. Not now, of course. I would like to travel more. I would like to experience different cultures and different beliefs. And I would like to express more my arts. And maybe, yeah, having a showroom.
Wow! Tell me a little bit about your arts career.
Got too many, honestly, and those I inherit them from my father. So I'm into drafting, sketching, painting, photography, music, sculpting, many things. But with my job, it's very difficult to cut some time to that. I have to be social as well. I have to meet friends, partners, and so on.
Wow, amazing. Next question, David from Italy. Let's do it. There you go. You can dance as well. You're just hiding. Next question for you is, which book had a big influence on you?
Ooh. Which book? Okay, there's a book I was reading before coming to London, and I was reading it in Italian. And when I came here, I decided to buy the English version. And it was one of the best way for me to learn it at the same time, because I have both books open, sometimes when I have difficulty to read it. But anyway, it's Ken Follett, The Pillars of the Earth. And then the other one was World Without End. They were about the construction of a medieval cathedral. So it was for me a kind of book as well to learn, the glossary around architecture and all those sort of things. And it's an amazing adventure as well.
Very good. Have you enjoyed the show so far?
Absolutely. You're very smiley and happy person.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Another one. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me something that's doing this since last year. The world is facing these challenge moments, with the lockdown and everything. What's the most positive thing you took out of this period, in your opinion? Dealing
with myself. We are so distracted by so many things, and sometimes we have to face ourselves, our own demons, and lots of times it's tough because we face ourselves. And it's the first time I never had any mental issues likely, and I think it's something I reached very close to to have a nervous breakdown last year, May. I had my first anxiety attack. Never suffered anxiety in my life. So I had to go out, and I remember it was one of that Thursday where everybody at 8 p.m. was given and close to the NHS.
Yeah.
And at some point I heard what's going on? And I realized it was one of that days. And I remember that I was really in a bad place. And luckily a friend of mine, I texted him, and he works with childcare, so he helped me in a way to, breathing and trying to relax. Yeah, that was tough. Responding to your question is, it's mostly trying to be alone with ourselves. I think is one of the biggest challenges.
It's interesting what you just said. For me as well. For me, I remember around the same time as well. Maybe one of the time that I felt really, really anxious about the situation. I'm a very proactive person. I'm always around with friends and doing, my routine, and I just couldn't do it, and it was hard. I think everyone faced those challenge moments. Anyway, we are getting a better place now for sure. The world is opening again. Yes. Next question for you is, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
Oh, that's tough. That's complicated. Negative things. Oh yeah, sure. It wasn't a bike accident, motorbike accident actually. I had in Italy. It was end of June, 2005. Actually, yeah, it was yesterday in 2005. Let's say, and I had that accident. It was like the film Sliding Doors. When you realize something, let's say this is not the place for me. I want to change, and there was in the meantime a kind of a strange situation with a friend of mine, and I thought I was in love. Actually, I was in love, but I thought I couldn't sustain this when you're not loved back, and it's not reciprocated. You feel like wasted, and you're wasting your time. So. But that was the point. From that accident, I decided I'm not going to live here, and I'm not happy with my job. I want to change. Yep.
There we go. Very positive thing. Wow.
Yeah. I always take a positive from the negative things.
Yes. And it's sometimes we don't see the message straight away when we are down or when we are facing this negative thing, but in the future when we are over it, when we say, okay, now I'm kind of recovered, and you look back, you go like, now I understand why I went through that.
Yeah, we kind of smile.
Yeah, and you feel grateful in a way as well for that, for sure. Another question for you, David. Let's do it. There we go.
What's in that box?
Where's that box? All the questions.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, I'm just teasing you. No, the questions are all here, like in front of me. You know what I mean? I don't. Of course, I don't know which question is gonna come. They're all here. I don't select it. That's the whole magic of the show. I always believe the right question always comes to the right people. You know what I mean? I just pick up a random question here.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Right. Next question is, what is the biggest risk have you ever taken?
Yeah, it's leaving my country. Even though I had my own place, I didn't have to pay any rent. I didn't have to pay any mortgage. I was working really well, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't in a happy place, literally. So I was 34, and I decided enough, and I left. I think that was the biggest risk I took, and I'm happy I did it. I don't want to live my life with regrets.
Wow. And why London? There was a reason, or?
There was a reason. There was a friend of mine who was trying to convince me to say, okay, don't think about America. Come here. London is, is a center of architecture worldwide. Come. This is your place. This is a place for you. So it took a year for me to convince me, but at the end I did it. And it was a call from a practice that called me directly. And I replied, I wasn't even sure because I saw a foreign number, and I took it and said, okay, you got an interview. Really? And in a week I was in London.
Amazing. Well done. Very good.
Yeah.
Right, David, I have 3 questions left for you, okay? Let's do it. Next question is, if you could spend an entire day with a family member, who that would be and why?
I don't know. After 20 minutes, I freak out with my family. We would be like cousin included.
Yes, anyone from their family?
Yeah. My cousin. Yeah, she's like my sister.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
cool.
I feel home with them.
And which person in your family you feel more close to with?
With her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my first cousin. Yeah, she's my father's sister. Yeah.
Good. 2 questions left, David. Let's do it. Right. Who makes you laugh the most?
The most. Okay, she's a friend of mine. She's in Italy, Teresa. She's crazy, and yeah, we just look at each other and start laughing. Apart from all our memories when we were going out together since like school time, and yeah, we've been friends like more than 30 plus years, and we always find something to talk about. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but you know, it's very intense. It's nice. Yeah.
I'm sure she's gonna be very happy to hear that in the interview when she watches it. It's beautiful. Right, David, ready for the last one?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do it. Wow, good moves. Let's get the last question for you. The last question is, tell us something that you have done that you feel very proud of yourself.
I bought this place.
Hey.
Not London. You can't see the background. I bought this place, and I did something really good for my company, and let them save a lot of money on changing a few things in the last 3 years. So I'm satisfied, really satisfied.
Very good, very good. Right, so let's play now the word association game, okay? So I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, right?
Ouch, okay.
Get ready, yeah? You're moving to get ready for that. Let's start with religion.
Brainwashing.
Okay. Love.
Passion.
Money.
Oblivion.
I like this word. Family.
Home.
Life.
Happiness.
Sex.
Pleasure.
I like pleasure, the way you said. Pleasure. Funny. How about politics?
Time wasters.
Okay. Fear.
Dangerous.
Yes, I agree. Friendship.
Togetherness.
Regrets.
Never regrets.
Desire.
Sorry, it's not a combination, but desire is craving.
Success.
Success. Satisfaction.
Okay. Wish.
Will.
Which one, sorry?
Will.
Okay. Happiness.
Laughing. Yeah.
Okay. How about London? One word.
Hectic.
And if I tell you Sicily, one word.
Messy.
And the last one now, Italy.
Super messy.
By the way, if I tell you pizza or pasta, which one you pick?
Pasta.
And which one is your favorite?
My favorite pasta.
Yeah.
Pasta alla norma, which is typical from my hometown. It was dedicated to the musician Bellini.
Uh-huh.
And it's very simple, as you know, most of the things are simple but nice combined. It's based on spaghetti with red sauce on top, and then fried aubergine, on top, and on top salty baked ricotta shaved on top, and it was made on purpose because it looks like the volcano Etna.
Wow.
When it's presented, and it tastes amazing.
I'm hungry now.
Well, by the way, we have the pizza version, Norma, which is the name of the opera, Norma, as well.
Oh, Norma is the name of my aunt. I've got an aunt, lovely aunt.
Oh, really?
Norma. Yeah.
It was an old name. Yeah, it's not used anymore, but yeah, it's a name.
Very good. But my favorite pasta is carbonara. Oh, noti. I know.
No. But there's a big discussion between Italians with this pasta because the original version is not what it was exported. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, David, let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your lovely friends. Tell me the most beautiful thing about David, and tell me something that he needs to improve on. What do you think you'll tell me?
So, I hate talking about my own things, and I like in a way I like talking more about my bad things rather than the good things. Okay, everybody said that I'm very generous, especially with my partner, and I give myself more than I should, and I put always myself, after the others. And this is one thing. And the bad thing is sometimes I might be touchy or can be aggressive. Not passive aggressive, active aggressive. Like,
wow.
I can be fired, yeah. But only, I'm very patient, only until somebody steps on my toe. That is like, and I make it clear, my mind, I cannot fake, I cannot wear masks. That's what I'm mostly, in few words.
I don't want to step in your toes for sure.
I'm gonna tell you, ouch. And then I step on yours.
Right, so let's play now David, let's play now David and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Where are you? Why, David? You can ask me a question now.
Okay. What's your favorite time? How would you like to spend your time when you don't do the magic box?
I love the question. Right, first, I love cinemas. I love going to the cinema. I love movie. For me, it's something like all my friends who know me, they know that movies is something very big for me. I love going to the gym as well to exercise. I love exercise. I love doing exercise. Meeting friends, meeting friends. But I think being around people, friends. I love that. And also I love being on my own as well. I love. I'm Scorpio, a star sign. Scorpio. Its characteristic being very private and alone. So the same time that I love being around my friends, the same time as well I love being on my own. So it's kind of yes, it's like a very it's something that I realized that it's a balance. Yeah, I love it. And sometimes I remember when I came to London, one of my close friends, they were like, oh my god, they always made this joke with me. Okay, William go 1 point for sure. William goes 1 point, not gonna stay, because they were like, oh, stay with us until blah blah. But I don't know. I realized that I need my time. I need my space. You know what I mean? I love being around my friends. I love it actually. It's a therapy. But I at the same time as well, I love being on my own. I need it. It's a need. It's kind of where I find myself.
Absolutely.
Where I find myself. Yeah, but yeah. So it's your question: cinema, meeting friends, being on my own as well, and doing exercise and watching, tennis, watching sports.
You like sports? Okay.
I love watching sport. First, now is the Euro Cup happening right now. I just love it. I love, you know what I mean? I love seeing the whole world getting together. Those sports, and so yeah, that's my joys in life. And travel as well. Lots of traveling as well when we can. So traveling, yeah.
No, we can. Yeah, we will. Who knows?
Yeah. David, did you have a good time?
Absolutely. A very pleasant person. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time to do the interview with me.
Hey, when you want, let's grab a beer. here on
yes.
the river.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I love Greenwich area. So
Cachaça, whatever you like.
Yeah. Just-
Caipirinha.
just if I can try this Norma pasta, the one you told me now. It's stuck to my head.
I can
Norma.
cook it for you.
Good deal.
I
Fair
will
deal.
cook it for
Good
you.
deal.
Promised. Promised.
David, before we go, if you don't mind to share a positive message, a positive quote, something that inspires you in life.
Well, I might say in this tough time, don't give up on yourself. We are so surrounded by uncertainty, which goes everywhere, from work, from society, from health, from even if we are going to go on holiday or not. And it's really tough. So the only thing helps me a lot. And yesterday it was a bad day for me, but the only thing that really helps me sometimes is music. I listen to music, I try to relax, and I try to think about being in a better place. Maybe in a place that I've been already, or maybe in new places where you would like to be. And I think it's therapeutical. Yeah.
Very good. I love the message. Very good. Anyway, we keep in touch, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your
Ciao,
weekend.
bello.
Ciao, ciao. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.